Hello, everyone. It is me, Jason is a cup, or just Jason. You don't have to say my full legal name. I am joined by Mac. Yeah,
Hi.
just Mac. She doesn't have anything else. Just Mac.
Yeah, just Mac.
Like McDonald. I
No way.
don't know. No fucking way, dude. Welcome back to another episode of What Movies Do You Like? We got a couple of stuff we're going to be talking about today, but beforehand, let's talk about something crazy. Let's talk about something fucking crazy, huh?
No way, we're gonna talk about something crazy?
You're talking about something fucking crazy, okay? The F word. We're like the screenwriters of Hell of a Boss, where we're just gonna put fuck for like every sentence we say. So get used to it, fucker. Uh,
Oh,
so to anyone who watched the last episode, you might recall something. We said that Mac was gonna watch some stuff. Mac watched one stuff, so she kept her
I
word.
watched one stuff.
Yep. She watched the Best Picture winner of this year's Oscars, Nora. How did that go, Mac?
I really liked it. Um, some of the characters made me mad, but
That mom.
oh yeah, the mom made me mad. The dad was kind of funny though. What is his name? Yvonne? Yvonne made me really mad. I did not like him.
Oh yeah, Yvonne.
But I love Igor. I love Igor. He's so awesome.
So folks, so the thing about us is that whenever we're watching something, like, when it comes to like the podcast, we usually message each other about it, like, um, usually sometimes during or after the film. Usually for me it's after, but sometimes for Mac it's during the film. Um, uh, Mac's progression from for watching a Noro was so fucking funny to watch, to look at.
Yeah,
You're like, I need them to get sloppy, like right now.
yeah. I was like, I need uh, Anora and Igor to get sloppy, please.
I
And then
need.
I was like, no, maybe I don't. And then I was like, okay, they did. They did. This is awesome.
This is so.
Spoiler, I guess. Sorry.
It's fine. I'll put like a title for like slight spoilers. I mean, a lot of people have probably seen it now since it's like the best picture winner
Yeah, it did win like every Oscar. So
ever.
yeah, it went back in time.
What do you mean went back in time? Did it get
Like to
turkeys
win
off the
all the other
menu?
Oscars.
All right.
Wait a minute.
I did not say anything. You are being lied to. I did not say
Yeah, you're lying to me right
anything. How did it feel watching this in comparison to the last Best Picture winner, Oppenheimer?
now. Much better.
Yeah, it's funny because like we constantly like mention about how much you hate Oppenheimer, which is funny too because you don't even hate that movie. You just find it like pretty mid.
It's just really boring.
I get that. It's a movie you have to be really into,
I like history.
but not that
Big fan of
history.
history, but that was really boring to watch.
Um, yeah, understandable. Yeah, I remember really liking Anora. It wouldn't be my pick personally for like best picture, but like out of all like the nominees, it was probably like I think my third favorite best picture nominee of that category. I like the substance and Nickel Boys more, but I will say it's better than every other nominee. I mean, it's hard to like be worse than Amelia Perez.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Anything else you like to mention about Anora?
I like the music. I
How did it feel when they played all the things she said? Did you like Pog?
Yeah, I pogged with that pretty hard.
That was actually the movie that got me listening to that song again. I'm like, damn, this song actually goes hard as fuck.
This is not
Night
enough.
night. Oh, oh. Yeah, that song goes hard as
Um,
fuck.
there was a lot of quiet moments, but there were a lot of moments where everybody was yelling, and it was like overwhelming. I was like, I don't even know.
The
I don't
home
even know what's
invasion scene is
happening.
so funny though.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know this guy's name, but I didn't know Ego's name until like the very end. There's just so much happening, I couldn't get
Did
it.
you call him like just the bald guy in the
Yeah, I
messages?
was like, no, I called him like Buzzcut guy. I was like, the guy with the buzz cut. I don't know.
Bro's got that buzz cut. It's funny too because like that actor got a Best Supporting Actor nom, and if he were to win, Honora would have like clean swept every nomination it got because that was the only thing it lost. Every other thing it was nominated for won.
Yeah. Did you watch anything interesting? Cool.
I watched Sinners. That was pretty lit.
Oh yeah.
That movie is definitely gonna get some attention. I could definitely see Ludwig becoming a third-time Oscar-winning composer.
That's even like the streamer, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
Ludwig the streamer. The thing is, I know his last name, but I know for a fact, like at the top of my head, I would not be able to pronounce it, so I did not even try.
Ludwig. Let me look up.
I know it's like Nos something. Probably not how you pronounce it, but I know it starts with like a G because he's the G. I don't know. But yeah, Sinners was awesome. It's really beautiful to look at. You could definitely tell Ryan Coogler was given like all like the time in the world to make this movie his own, and it really shows because this movie is freaky as shit. It's really fucking horny, which I love seeing.
Yeah, you'll take your favorite thing in that movie.
I'm like, oh my god, that's sex.
I wish I knew what that was like. Sorry.
Alright, dude.
Speaking of, I watched the Minecraft movie.
How did that go?
It went pretty good. The crowd was very vocal. There was like a 6-year-old behind me that was like narrating the entire movie. He was very excited. It was really cute. People like, oh no, they're fighting. Chicken chucky. Dude.
What?
The 69 scene was crazy though.
That is so insane out of context.
And Jason Momoa's character called it a full man sandwich. He's like, we gotta make a full man sandwich, and Jason was just like, okay.
Dude, can you imagine going up to like an 80-year-old going like, my favorite scene in the Minecraft movie is the 69 scene.
Yeah, the old man Yowie part, yeah.
Old man
The whole movie is old man Yowie, so if you're into that, you'll love it.
My friend gave it an 8 out of 10 because of that reason.
That's fair. Honestly, I liked it. I liked the movie.
I refuse to watch it.
I watched... Yeah, because you're lame.
Shut the fuck up.
Until Dawn. Another video
I forgot
game
that existed.
last week, and it was okay. It did feel a little fetishy at times. But, I mean, it was pretty cool, I guess. It had some interesting... It had some cool kills.
Jamesy Janice.
Jesus, jeez. It's me. I pull off my mask and I'm him.
You pull up your mask.
Yeah, I pull off my mask. My face like Scooby-Doo style.
Alright.
Yep.
Got anything else you'd like to mention, or do you want to get into the film discussion?
I think that's all.
Alright.
I could tell the audience that I got a Karopi plush.
Nice.
He's
We talk about that for the next 2 hours.
yeah, that's it. That's the whole
In
podcast.
like 2 minutes of like each film. Um, it's too goddamn noisy outdoors. Sorry to the audience if you can hear that.
I can't hear it, but I bet that I'll hear it when I'm
Yeah, imagine it's like just downright ear rape when you hear it. Like it's nothing on Discord, but it's just downright fucking like your ears are bleeding.
editing. This is like people are being like bombed or something.
Oh my god.
Probably
Yeah, we should probably get into the movies
yeah,
that are in the thumbnail and the title.
yeah.
So let's get into the first movie, apathetically. I for some reason I'm struggling with that word today, but
Alphabetically?
I don't know why I'm struggling with that word. I've said it like a billion times. So like, it's a word I've used commonly, but for some reason today I'm just like, what the fuck is that word? Anyhow, the first film, But I'm a Cheerleader, released in 1999, directed by Jamie Babbitt. This film is about Megan, a high schooler who pretty much lives like a pretty stereotypical American life at high school. You know, she's like the lead of like her cheerleader squad. She's got a boyfriend. She's pretty popular at school. You know, she lives in a suburban neighborhood.
She loves kissing them.
She loves kissing men. But there's a problem. There's a problem, however. Due to some clues, her friends and her family suspect that she's a lesbian, and because they're like, "Oh fuck, we don't want that," they basically send Megan to conversion therapy to make her straight, and we basically follow that throughout the entire time. And this film was really fucking good. I had a blast watching this movie.
It.
I had a blast. This is gonna be a fun discussion. There's so much
My
to talk about.
boyfriend was judging me because I loved it.
Yeah, Snellygaster Reviews. He was on the channel before. Cancel him. He would be so canceled if he knows half the things he says to you. Guys, he's kind of misogynistic. That's why he dates women. We love you,
So
Robbie.
put him down.
Like a dog? I don't know.
That's not what I meant, but yeah. Yeah. He's gonna kill me later.
He's gonna kill you for loving I'm a Cheerleader, but I'm a Cheerleader. But to start it off, this is a very interesting film to talk about because this film is pretty much a cult classic. Like, when this came out in 1999, basically no one watched it, like, at all, which I know is surprising, right? But throughout the years, due to like a lot of things, this film became pretty much like a cult following, and it's become like, and it like people love this fucking movie, and it's really easy to see why. And one of the things I immediately loved was Jamie Babbitt's directing style, which is funny because both her and the writer, which I have his name, give me 1 second. Alan Patterson, they both pretty much did absolutely nothing after this film. She directed this movie. Brian Patterson wrote it, and then he just kind of like disappeared. Like, I think Jamie Babbitt did a couple things, but they're like nothing that you would say, "Oh yeah, oh yeah." Which I find to be kind of disappointing because Jamie Babbitt's directing this film is so fun and expressive, and I love directors that are able to like express like the art of filmmaking within their film. It's really
Yeah, I could tell that they had fun making it.
Oh, they had so much fun making this. The way everything is presented in this film, and the way conversion therapy is mocked in this film, like despite this movie's over 25 years old, you can release this film today and it would not feel outdated whatsoever, which is sad to say, like really sad to say, but it kind of shows how like rich this film still is. Like in terms of watching it, it's still like, man, these people are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I love, and the writing is. This is like one of the funniest written films ever I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. And like the people in charge of the conversion camp are like also very obviously gay.
It's like literally like the owner's son. That's like you could tell he's just getting it for the cheap money. Although him and RuPaul, they look like they were gonna fuck each other like any minute. I'm surprised we didn't see them make out by the end.
They should have.
Oh yeah, I guess we can mention RuPaul is in the movie,
Yeah, RuPaul is in it.
which is absolutely great. Grade A casting to cast a drag queen as like one of the workers of the conversion
As
therapy,
as a straight guy.
who's definitely not straight. There's so many iconic lines in this movie too. I'm a homosexual. I'm a homosexual.
Fucking man.
What was there was like one line like actually that's kind of a spoiler. I should not mention that just yet. But there was one line that was like really funny. um, anything you'd like to mention before I go on back?
As usual, I love the coloring.
Oh yeah, this is a very vibrant movie. Ironically, that's kind of where I was gonna
Very pink.
go next. The production design by
Yeah,
Rachel
production design.
Kimmerman. I think that's how you pronounce it. Dude, it is some of the fun, like the most fun production design I've seen since like honestly like any Wes Anderson film I've watched because he's also really good with production design.
Hmm.
But this film's production design, along with the costume design,
I was gonna say the costumes.
by Alex Friedberg. That's actually their last name. Um, it's along with like the directing, you could tell like Jamie Babbitt just wanted to make it like so in your face, and like usually that would be distracting. You know, you want like a subtle experience, but the thing is, homophobes are not subtle in the slightest, so it makes sense. So they would just like be so in your face with like trying to be straight and all that stuff. Like how literally like the conversion therapy is segregated by color. Like literally the men's are forced to wear like blue and the women are forced to wear pink, and it's like the most like stereotypical like gender roles baked into it.
Yeah, it's like this is how you change a diaper. This is how you clean the floor for the girls, and then like the guys are like chopping wood. This is how you chop the wood, and this is how you play golf.
I love how like for the guys in particular, every time they like showed like a man, like they were trying to demonstrate like a manly thing, they just got really fucking horny. Like
Yeah,
it did the opposite.
oh yeah, show me how to chop that wood.
Like the fucking like car repair scene, that shit was so funny.
That was crazy.
Like, who wants to go under next? And everyone just raises their fucking hands.
Yeah. I also really like that this movie had Melanie Linsky in it because she's in Yellow Jackets and she's really good. And also has Dante Basco who plays Zuko. He's the voice actor for Zuko in Avatar, and I was like, why does this
I
guy
thought you were gonna say Emperor's New
Zuko
Groove.
all the
There's
time?
no. I was gonna say there's no way this has David Spade. Yeah, this film has a lot of star power. Like, like there's a lot of actors, and hell, Michelle Williams appears for like a little bit in this film.
Oh yeah, she does.
Yeah, and like Jolie, I forget her fucking name. She was like in the Before trilogy. Um, she appeared. She was like that
Julie
one.
Delpy?
Yeah, Jolie Delphi. She was the lesbian that Megan danced with at that club. I love
Oh
seeing her.
yeah.
I love seeing her in like any movie, and she was like great in this film too. And the obvious star is Natasha Leone, who
Yeah, Liam.
yeah, Leon something I don't know. Her performance in this
Who
film,
stars RuPaul?
the real star, RuPaul is really funny in this film. I also love Natasha's performance just because, like, um, it feels like ever since like I watched the first movie in her with her in it, which was American Pie, which she was not. She was a good part in it, but American Pie's so bad that it's like a diamond in the rough. It feels
Yeah,
like
I
every
remember that she was in that because I hated it so much.
she was that one person that was giving sex advice to everyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like, yeah, she was good in that film. But like every other film I've watched of hers so far, she's just like proved that like, man, more films should have utilized her because she's like kind of like she's low key an underrated actress. I really loved her performance in this film. Again, that fucking confessions to to being a homosexual scene that was like so funny. I like how she goes like cross-eyed for like no reason. Like she's so baffled that she's gay that she lost her like concentration.
I really liked her facial expressions in the movie.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What did you say?
So I really liked her facial expressions in the movie.
Oh yeah, I'm a cheerleader.
She looks like confused all the time, and I really like it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in a scary movie.
She's in Uncut Gems, even though it's a voice actor. It's a voice role, not a main role. And I feel like for a lot of the spoiler free discussion, I'm just gonna be talking about like technical terms and like I'm gonna talk about like the narrative and the spoiler discussion because there's a lot of talk about narratively, but like it's kind of a lot of it is like spoiler things. I also the cinematography in the film I thought was really fun. It was shot by Jules Labarty, which I remember when I was like doing like research of who did what for this film. I like looked at like what else they did. Jules, unfortunately, like besides this film, she did not get utilized because one of the only films she did was like she shot like a live action Loud House movie, which that might be that might as well be like a death on a resume. not for like the movie itself. I'm sure it's like nothing like too bad. I don't know. I don't watch those fucking live action Loud House movies, but like the Loud House has like one of the worst fan bases of all time. So like if you work with it, it's like you get like radiation poisoning basically. But yeah, the camera work in this movie, it's like one of the examples of like it's not like a film where you're going to be like, wow, the shots are so vibrant and beautiful looking, but more like, man, I love how like fun and silly the cinematography is. It's kind of like Do the Right Thing, how like fun and expressive the camera angles were in that film.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's like done in a different way, but I'm thinking I'm not gonna say it in spoiler sense, but like you know that scene like around like the beginning of the final act where like Megan gets forcibly wake up and we just see all those people like staring at her like a POV shot.
Yeah.
That shot was so great.
That's really funny. Just like gathered around.
Can you imagine waking up like that?
I'd freak out. Actually, no, I have woke up like that before.
Oh, that sounds horrifying. That sounds horrifying, to be honest. I want to know how to feel if somebody I just woke up and they were just people like fucking staring at me from above. I'd probably like instinctively like punch them or something. I don't know.
Well, like I passed out one time and I woke up and like my family staring around me like that and I was like, ugh.
You thought you were dead.
Nah, I was like really confused. I was like, why is my mom screaming, bro? I'm slaying her. What's happening? Why am I? How did I get here?
Anything you like to mention, Mac? I've been kind of going off for a little bit.
Let's see, non-spoilery.
Yeah, hold yourself. Mention the spoiler anyways.
I thought it was like, cause like I don't know, it had like comedy aspects, but it was also like really sweet.
Oh yeah, the way this film mixes with tone is something I'll talk about more in the spoiler discussion because I'm in the Academy room, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm a bit further away. The mixture and tone is something I do want to talk about a lot more in the spoiler discussion. But for spoiler free, yeah, it has a very interesting like mixture of like yeah, this film is really silly, but it's also like pretty sad at the same time, but also bittersweet. It's like a mixture of a lot.
Yeah.
But it's like the film is like I really love how this film is like, yeah, we're gonna do this in a silly way, but we're also not gonna bullshit at you and showing you how fucked up this is. Like this is like at the end of the day, behind all the comedy, this is a huge commentary about like conversion therapy and how like fucking ridiculous it is as a concept and how like it does not work whatsoever. And I do really like that. And I really do wish like both Jamie Babbitt and Brian Patterson did more stuff because this film proved that, like in this one film, it proved that they had a lot of potential. Like I really would have seen both how both their voices would have like progressed. Letting the cat out of my room.
Yeah, that they had a lot of potential to like do other great stuff.
But hey, it's sometimes it's like one of those careers like the legacy of the Night of the Hunter, where it's like it's only one film from the director, but people talk about it all the time. So
Yeah.
I do have one other technical aspect I did really like, and that was the editing overall by Cicely Rehat. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. My apologies, but I really love the editing of this film.
It is edited really
Dude, as soon as the stage one title card appeared, I fucking lost it. I fucking lost it. That shit was so hilarious. Stage one, admitting that you're a homosexual. Like, like
it's
you,
just like, I'm not.
I'm a cheerleader.
But I'm a cheerleader.
Oh, oh, dude, I forgot to mention one thing about the cinematography. I love how gross it could sometimes be.
Yeah.
Like that like kissing scene at the beginning and the POV shot. This movie has really
like way too long.
it's necessary to show like for its narrative purpose, but it's like so funny. This movie has some of the best POV shots I've seen in a while. It's so funny. But yeah, the editing is great. The cinematography is really funny.
And it can also be really well done, but I'll save that for the spoiler.
What did you say? Sorry.
The cinematography can be really well done, but I'll save that for the spoilers.
Ooh. There's something mysterious. I almost said mystery, but that wouldn't make sense.
No, just be the spoiler.
Yeah, no. I get it. That's what you're saying. My mind's going blank. I wrote mainly just technical aspects of the film for the spoiler-free discussion. I didn't write about like a lot about the story or anything. Was there a particular moment in the film where you thought was like the funniest moment, like the funniest scene, or is that also a spoiler?
Funny scene.
Because this film has a lot of funny scenes.
It does. Let me think. I think the scenes with like the guys outside chopping wood and working on cars were like really good.
That was really
Oh,
great.
there's like this scene where the lady that runs the place's like son is like outside dancing real gay to some like
Oh yeah.
girl boss music.
Girl boss. That music probably was bumping though.
Yeah. Yeah, they have some like Cindy Lauper bumping.
Oh damn, that's
Super
interesting. I'm looking at the fun facts for the film, and there's some interesting stuff here. Brian Patterson has stated that he used his own experiences at a conversion therapy camp. Um, well, he said it says back when he was working as a prison clinic for sex offenders when writing this film. That's fucking
Oh.
crazy. um, I also see that in order to avoid an NC-17 rating, which I don't know how this film didn't get hit by like an X rating, considering the considering how the MPA how they are with rating systems, they can be really fucking weird with their rating systems. They Jamie Babbitt had to cut any mention of a woman going down on another woman to avoid an NC-17 rating. Huh.
Huh.
Which is like it's a movie about lesbians, so I don't know.
Well, I'm thinking about like a scene that happens later that I'm like, they couldn't mention that, but they could show other stuff. Okay.
Fair, I guess. I see that also like apparently that in different countries this film is it has a completely different title. Do you want me to read them?
Yeah.
So in Finland it is called "But I Am a Decent Girl," and Hungary it's called "Save the Pom Pom Girl."
Save the pom pom girl. But I'm a decent girl. Is crazy.
Italy it's
You're
called.
like, I'm decent. I wouldn't.
I would
be
never
one of
kiss.
those.
I would never be one of those queers.
That's crazy.
Italy, it's called Girls at the Crossroads, which I don't even know what the fuck that's going for. Poland is just straight up called Cheerleader, like nothing else. And in Taiwan, it's called Model Student.
That kind of goes hard.
Yeah, and in Russian, I don't know why I said Russian. Russia, it's called the Incorrigibles.
Incorrigible?
I think. I could probably just put the title in Discord.
Yeah, just send it to me. I'll read it.
That's
Yeah, the
what
Incorrigibles.
yeah, there we go. That's what it is in Russia. That's pretty
I
much
was thinking
all.
like they released it in Russia. Aren't they really homophobic? But that title makes sense.
um. Yeah, I wonder how Russian audiences will react to that.
They're like, ew, gross. Let me watch it again.
Let me watch it again.
No, President Putin, I hate it.
Yuck. Anything else you'd like to mention, spoiler-free wise, about I'm a Cheerleader? I just wanted a whole fun fact, tangent.
I think that's probably it for spoiler free.
All right, folks. We have officially gone through the spoiler-free discussion, and now we are going to spoil the shit out of "But I'm a Cheerleader." Since this film is still like pretty much a cult classic at the end of the day, like besides the internet, you probably have not heard of this film. There could be a chance you've never heard of this or haven't watched it yet. So, in order to avoid spoilers, let's get to this timeline right now. Besides that, let's get into spoiling it. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Boom. Time for the spoilers. Oh. So for spoilers, scene that kind of threw me off whenever you said the thing about like you couldn't make any mention of going down on a girl. It's like the bit at the end where they do like their test in front of their parents to prove that they're straight.
Yeah.
And they have to like do like a play, I guess, and they do like sex scenes with each other.
Yeah.
In like nude skin suits with like leaves over them. So it's like, okay, they can show that, but they can't like mention head.
They can't mention that, and but they could show that. I guess I don't know.
You're like, I don't know.
I'm like any politician, just speaking like. It's got. Anyhow, I guess one scene that So this film can have its very dramatic moments, and for a lot of them, they work really, really well. But there was like one scene in particular I really thought was like, holy shit! It's that scene during that like group discussion where like one of the ladies there, I forget her name, she reveals that like she was never a lesbian, like ever, like she never was attracted to women, but she was like forced here
Oh,
because she was like a tomboy, and they just assumed she was a lesbian, so they like sent her there, and she has that whole mental breakdown because she like fully clicked with everything to it.
yeah, Jan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I feel so sad for her.
That scene was probably my favorite scene in the film, dramatically, because it's like conversion therapy. I'm just imagining that like happening in real life. Like I could easily see that happening, where it's like the person isn't even gay, but like the old fuckers, I don't know, the old people, they just assume like, hey, you're gay, and we don't want to listen to you to defend yourself, so we're gonna send you to conversion therapy. Have fun. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And speaking like about adulthood, the way the adults are portrayed in this film was very, very interesting. I
They're
particularly,
like comically evil sometimes.
yeah. Graham's parents, like, I just felt so bad for Graham because imagine having a father figure like that.
Jeez, yeah.
Like, I couldn't even imagine how I'd be able to look at my dad if he like said half the shit he said that this dad says in this film.
Probably
It's
kill him and blow him up
kill them and blow them up.
in that order.
You fucking queer. I have a bomb! Kill them and blow them up in that order. Yeah, the way just the way like adult figures influence like the young people and like how they like think about their sexuality. Some desperately trying to convey themselves, convince themselves that they are straight just so they can go back to their lives, and some of them being like, man, this shit has just kind of got me more gay, to be honest. Like, this did absolutely nothing but make me more gay.
Yeah, like, okay, you're putting a bunch of lesbians and like gay guys in rooms together. They're all sleeping in one big room. Interesting.
Interesting.
Nothing, nothing
Nothing gay
could
here.
happen.
Dude, honestly, if I was like, I would not be surprised if like conversion therapies like they just end up like just the janitor just ends up quitting her job in like a day or two. Probably shouldn't say that. Uh, anyhow, anything you like to mention spoiler wise, back?
Um,
Didn't you say there was like a shot, like this
oh,
camera?
a shot that I really liked was like the sex scene. I thought it was shot really well.
And that's when like Robbie really questioned you about that.
Yeah, I was like, I really like the sex scene. I thought it was shot really well, and he was like, yeah, right.
It sounds like him.
It was.
he, he's actually lying to you. He watched the scene as well, and he thought it was well shot too. He just doesn't want to admit it.
He's like, I can't know anything about movies, okay?
He was forced to watch 3 movies for a podcast, and now he can't do it anymore.
Yeah, I thought that was a really well shot scene. It was like really calm compared to the whole movie,
I
I
like
guess.
the song they used for that scene. I don't. Yeah,
I can't remember it, but I remember that I liked it.
it was it
I
was
liked the song.
it was simple. It was cute. Not much else, to be honest. With that song, at least. Um, Dude, that goth girl though, she was so fucking jealous.
Dude, she was. Get over it, girl.
They made out for like 1 second. She was like, "Okay, that's it."
You were just a fling.
Although that line where it's like, you want to love dick, you gotta learn the hard way or whatever the hell she says when she's like shocking herself. That line does go hard.
Oh yeah, I forget they had like the shocker thing to like
Yeah, and
shock the gay thoughts away, but that girl was just using it.
yeah, I've heard that's a bit of a
off.
I've heard that's a bit of a stereotype, and that's like not at all accurate. But whatever. It's
Being into electrocution. Or?
Like shock therapy, basically. Like it's been like a stereotype that gay people get off on that or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's like
Some
very
people are into shock stuff, but
it's very mild stereotyping. Like the film's heart is still like there. Like it's nothing that's gonna be like, oh god, this film is so fucking outdated. These themes, god damn it. No. I guess since I'm talking about more like about the story overall, I can mention about the big aspect, the romance formed by Megan and Graham. And I thought that was honestly really, really sweet, to be honest. I really loved how it progressed and how, like, there's something about, like, two, like, opposite personalities just, like, forming a relationship together that I find really fun to watch. Like, and I thought it was, like, really sweet to see how it progressed overall.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought we got, like, a good character progression in there.
Yeah, because, like, at first Graham's like, I do not like this bubbly face, fucking dumb high school cheerleader bitch. And then they're just like, let's make out.
She's so dumb and annoying. Oh, what if we're partners with this?
What if we were partners in real life? I mean, in this fucking experiment. I love how just after the nightclub scene, they just like fucking just they just didn't hold back anymore. They were just like, oh yeah, okay. I love the for that nightclub the red walls outside.
Oh yeah, that made for like a good shot.
Yeah, like again, the production design. We already mentioned it, but it's like every location is just so like vibrant. I really like that. That one like gay guy though, he was getting so fucking like busy in the dance floor. Like he was going at it. Dude, I was thinking back to like that like scene I mentioned earlier about like the tomboy realizing she was like never a lesbian. I'm thinking about that scene RuPaul said afterward where it's like, honey, you were molested or something.
Oh yeah.
Man, RuPaul is
crazy to say.
Yeah. I imagine RuPaul though, they were probably like so into the role though. They were just like, yeah. I'll say that.
I'll say that's fine.
That's fine. One of those actually ad-lib that was like not in the script whatsoever. Just RuPaul felt like saying that. But yeah, I love just the way like and I love how much like this like whole conversion therapy is like the main conflict in their relationship, and how like Graham in particular she can't really like she's in a dilemma where like she'll basically lose basically everything she'll love. Megan also kind of has that, but we'll get into that a bit later and how that actually did matter. But for Graham, it's basically like she kind of has really shitty parents who, at the flick of a dime, are gonna like just drop her like like a dime, like a dime, like a coin, like left on the street of like New York. So it's like even though like she shouldn't be going on with conversion therapy and she should do what she wants with Megan, you can understand her struggles and like how she would realistically react to it. And she feels like shit. Like she knows this is not a decision she wants to make, but she's so fucking scared about the consequences if she does do what her heart says.
Yeah, and isn't it mentioned that like her mom did the same thing?
I think maybe. It's been a bit. I think it was like at least like a month since I watched the film. I think maybe.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, I love how much like just good because I guess I could mention the only flaw I could say about the film is that I feel like the tone overall can get a little bit inconsistent as the film goes on. Um, at first it kind of felt like it was just kind of a satirical take on conversion therapy, but like it
Mm-hmm.
got a lot more like serious at the end, which I don't mind overall, but kind of near the end I kind of felt like it was kind of juggling a bit too much. And
Yeah, it could have played it more serious throughout the put in.
yeah, I feel like either like you could have like just made like the serious aspects like a joke in itself, or kind of like give it a slow progression where like the more the film goes on, the more um like dramatic it gets to like really give that subtle comparison, which the film does do like decently well. It's not like terribly done, but it kind of feels like sometimes it's like okay, like I don't know, like it could have been a bit more like thought out, you know.
Yeah.
But that's like my only real big issue. Like, like there's so many dramatic scenes I love, but like it's also like mixed in with a lot of like comedic aspects. It's like I don't know if it's like placed inconsistently or something, but it just works a little off. I don't know. It's not terrible though. It's more just like a flaw that like slightly ruins the film. That's a huge deal breaker overall. You want to talk about the ending?
Yeah, we can talk about the ending.
Okay, so first we should mention a previous scene where basically Megan sneaks off to jerk off, and she finds two of the guys just making out, and she goes like, "Ew, ew, ew!" Like I'm not even exaggerating. That's literally how she
And
goes.
she's like, ew, gross.
And one of the guys gets kicked out as a punishment for that, and like
Yeah.
at first you're like, man, Megan's kind of an asshole for that. But then she gets kicked out of the camp herself, and she goes to live with that cool ass like gay couple, and she meets up with that guy who she kicked out, and he immediately hugs her like, thank you for saving me. I love that old gay couple, by the way. They were so like that scene where they fought. I really love
It
that
was
scene.
really funny. They were like, okay, okay, I'm sorry for saying that.
I love how like the arc went for that because like basically Megan and whoever the fucking guy's name was that who also acted in her plan to like get Graham back, or at least get Graham to change her mind. And basically for his arc, like all it took was like a couple seconds, and like they just sloppily make out in a tree. Like it took like no consideration whatsoever.
Like, she looks around for 1 second and he's making out.
like they were eating each other. Like that was not even like making out. They were just like fucking like eating each other.
So they were eating each other out.
Yeah, dude, like giving each other a rim job out in public. That'd be fucking crazy. But I love how the film's like so Megan really loves cheerleading, and we get a little conversation between her and Graham about how much, despite everything, all these changes that are happening, she still wants to be a cheerleader because she loves doing
Yeah.
that. And that's a scene that's really cute. One of the best scenes in the film where they're having that small conversation about that. I really love that scene. But I love how like the film
It's like what she loves more than anything is cheerleading.
it can be
It's like
fun.
all she knows. Be gay and cheerlead.
Yeah, and I love how she basically wins by cheerleading. That is like the funnest
Yeah.
way you can way you could end it, and how like that how like the director of the isn't it called like New Direction if I'm right, or whatever it's called, True Direction or whatever, isn't, I don't know.
Something like that.
But
New direction or true direction. Sounds like that.
but yeah, she's basically like, Megan, stop it, for the love of God, stop it. But that basically meant nothing because Graham she's gone. She went over there and she's she basically said,
Yeah.
"Fuck you, mom and dad. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna be with this blonde cheerleader, and you're gonna say nothing about it."
Yeah, and we're gonna move into this like old gay couple's house until we can find a place.
Which it was like 19. It was like the 2000s, like going into the 2000s at least. So like rent,
Yeah, 99.
yeah, the rent depending on where you're at wouldn't be too bad. I imagine it was probably,
Yeah.
I don't know, cheap somewhere in America. I don't know. It's somewhere cheap in America. Um, but I have a question. Did you know? Did you watch the post credit scene of this film?
Wait, did I?
Uh,
I don't think so.
okay, so this is gonna be a spoiler for you then, Mac. So there's a post credit scene. I think like pretty early on in the credits or something, where Megan's parents go to like a convention where it's like parents who have gay kids, and like Megan's dad is like, "Hi, my name is I."
Oh, I did. I just saw
Okay,
it.
okay, okay. Well, yeah, and I thought that scene was really cute. I love how the mom dressed like she was going to a funeral.
Yeah. The dad's kind of like coming around to it.
Honestly, the dad felt like he was like kind of just confused over the whole thing. Like he didn't really know what was going on. It was more the mom making the decision.
Classic.
Classic. Classic. Anything you'd like to mention, Mac?
Mm, that was probably about it. Short movie.
It is
Hour
a
and a
pretty
half.
short movie. It's like I think it's like 86 minutes or something, which is like kind of like the golden time for me. Like movies that are around like 80 to 100 minutes, those are my golden movies. That's not saying I hate long movies. Some of my favorite movies ever made are pretty fucking long. But I'm just saying that golden time, ooh, I love it when a movie knows what it wants to do.
Yeah. Knows exactly how long it needs to take.
Yeah, yeah. And, that could also be a thing for long movies. I watched a film called The New World, which is like 2 hours and 30 minutes, and that film never felt like it was like wasting time. Mainly because it's
That's
literally
like the best.
literally because it's a movie about like when like English settlers landed on like native lands for the first time. So like that's kind of a big story to tell about.
Yeah.
Like that's not something you can brush about in like 90 minutes. But like for a movie like this, you can tell it's like okay, we want to make this like nice, cute, simple. Well, maybe not fully cute, but you get what I mean.
Hmm.
Like I love it when movies just know what the fuck they want to do, and they're just like, yeah, we're doing this. But yeah, I can't. I'm trying to like think of anything else I'm mentioning. It is probably also because the film is fairly short overall. Because there is, I guess I should mention like the actress for Graham because we just been calling her Graham. We never addressed like her as like the actress. Um,
Yeah, Clee Duvall Graham. Or,
yeah,
sorry, Clee Duvall.
yeah.
Graham.
I like how you made that her last name. um, yeah, she was also one of the people who like was kind of like what was it? What was it? Hold on. She was one of the. She's a lesbian in real life, but when she stated that in the time that Bottom Cheerleader was filmed, she was deeply closeted, and also she was basically the reason why she's kind of the reason why this film got made overall, because she was like the first actress or just actor overall to come on board for the project, and she recommended like so many other like actors for the role, including Natasha, like the main actress. So gays supporting gays. You gotta love it. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else I'd like to say. I think I mentioned everything I'd like to. At least I can't think of anything else, unless I'm just
I don't
mistaken.
know why my mom asked me questions instead of my brother. Sorry, she just texted me. Does Logan have any? Does Logan have any classes? Or like, is he done with those classes? Like, you have his number. He's
I don't
alert,
fucking know.
but, like, he would text you back.
Straight moms, am I right? Watch him, but I'm a cheerleader if you hate straight people. You want to get into the final thoughts?
Yeah.
All right. We have officially talked about But I'm a Cheerleader. That was honestly one of the shorter discussions we've had in quite a bit. I mean, usually every segment takes around like 20-ish minutes, but like I don't know why, I felt a lot shorter. I don't know.
It did feel a lot shorter, which honestly is I'm made for this week because like I got my wisdom teeth out a couple
Yeah, that is true. But overall, But I'm a Cheerleader is a really, really good film. It has a lot of personality with its directing and writing. It is really, really fucking funny. All the acting is amazing. Every single performance is just giving it its all. Um, every filmmaking aspect is great. It can be really dramatic in the right ways. The tone could be a little bit inconsistent, but that's kind of like pretty much it in terms of like issues. This film is like really fucking like pretty honestly near like excellent in a lot of ways, and I really loved my time watching this.
Yeah, I really liked it.
If I were to give it a rating, honestly, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It's probably closer to an 8 than anything, but like right now, I'm feeling a good old 9 out of 10. Really, really loved my time with it, and I would easily rewatch it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think I'll give it a 8.5 out of 10.
Ooh, I'm the more positive one for a change. You hear that, folks?
It's like easily rewatchable.
It is. It is such a rewatchable movie. Unless you're homophobic, then it's probably not a
Yeah.
rewatchable movie.
Like, I don't know. Screw you.
Go watch like Die Hard or something. I don't know.
You picked the wrong podcast.
You picked the wrong podcast.
Talk to yourself in the comments.
Talk to yourself in the Put your fucking house address in the comments below so we can talk about you. Go put your house address in the comments so we can feature you in an episode. That would totally work. Trust us. Put your house address in the comments.
Yeah, it's a special giveaway.
Special giveaway. Alright, let's get into the next movie. Perfect Days 2023. Since this is your pick, Mac, why don't you describe the plot?
Okay, so Perfect Days is about this older guy named Hirayama who works as a toilet cleaner in Tokyo. He goes around and he cleans the outside toilets. And he lives a very simple life. And he just has a very simple routine. He does his cleaning, and then, he listens to his cassette tapes, and he reads books, and he takes pictures, But, outside of his routine, he has, other unexpected things come up, and it's just a really simple movie, I think. It's a lot of fun.
Nice. Good job. You get a gold sticker for that summary.
Yay!
Nice. Let's fucking go! This movie was honestly pretty interesting to rewatch because I have watched this movie before this episode. I watched it for the 2024 Oscars because it got nominated for Best International Feature. I knew it was not going to win because that was the only thing it got nominated for. And this is not like back then where like foreign language films got nominated for nothing besides like just international feature with a few exceptions. It's not like there's like 2 foreign language films, maybe just one that gets nominated for everything, and that usually wins Best International Feature. With the exception, no wait, not the exception. Never mind. Yeah. Perfect Days, I did watch it for the Oscars, and when I watched it, I remember liking it, but not really clicking with it whatsoever. I was enjoying the vibe, but not much else. And while I'm not going to say this rewatch was, like, a huge, like, game changer, I feel like I understood a lot more of this film and everything it aimed to do. And while again, I'm not in love with this movie as a lot of people are, like, this is, like, a really high-rated movie, especially on Letterboxd. It's like on the top 250 on Letterboxd. But I see a lot more of the vision and what Wim Wenders wanted with this project. So yeah, I really found I think it's mainly just like the repetition of this film clicked with me a lot more because this film is a lot like one of the biggest things about this film is repetition. Like it's like you literally
Yeah.
see you kind of downright see some scenes that while it's played differently, it's basically the same scene again, and usually that'd be really fucking frustrating. Like you would just be like, Jesus Christ, gonna fucking move on, but it has a
You're
point.
saying that, but you love Memento.
Shut up.
Oh, I
Memento.
hate repetitiveness.
Anyways, time to rewatch Memento for the 100th time. I haven't seen that movie that much. Best Christopher Nolan movie. Still, you can't convince me otherwise. Anyhow, but yeah, repetition in a film can be really tricky to nail, and Perfect Days does do a pretty good job because you see a lot of this guy's life and what he does, and this is not a movie meant to be like high stakes, like oh fuck the world is ending. It's more like what this guy, the singular person, experiences in his day-to-day life. Like I would say this is one of those movies that doesn't really have a plot, like a full consistent plot, even if it has a plot synopsis and a basic structure. Which slice of life movies they can
I
usually.
like slice of life quite a lot.
It depends on the film for me because some slice of life films they don't really click with me, but this film I think did a fairly good job at it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But anything you'd like to mention first, Mac, before I go on a tangent again?
I also think this film is shot really well.
Oh, the
Like,
cinematography is
the shots
beautiful.
in Tokyo.
It's such a beautiful looking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot of night shots.
Oh yeah. There are a lot of nice shots.
Surprising amount of night shots. I just liked how, I don't know. I wanted like it's like a example of like how you should want to live almost. I feel like very
Yeah.
simple routine.
Franz Luswig. I think that's how you pronounce the cinematographer's name. It's very fucking German. You can tell by the name.
Yeah, this was a collaboration with Germany and Japan.
Yeah, this is a movie that is set in Tokyo, but was directed by a German man.
Yeah, Wonders.
Which is funny too, because like the 2024 Oscars, it was a weird time for Best International Feature because the one film that won, it's set in Germany, but it's directed by a British man. It's really fucking weird, but anyhow, yeah, the film is gorgeous looking, which I heard is like kind of just the basis of Wim Wenders films. Like I've heard his films, like no matter what you watch, they're always going to be beautiful to look at. And I could see there's no exception here. There's some really beautiful shots in this movie. I love that opening shot of like the sun rising. Like that shot has kind of stuck with me ever since I rewatched the film. And and I love how much like just the way like the beauty of nature is shown in this film, like via cinematography, like the way like the sunset hits the characters, or the way like the trees and leaves are shown. I mean, photography is
I like
literally. Sorry, go ahead.
Yama, the character, he's like a big fan of nature.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, digs up little plants he finds and like brings them home.
He sprays them. He like literally sprays them with water like every day. And I mean, photography is literally a thing he does like in his free time. So
It's a really cool old like black and white camera, little handheld.
yeah, it's really cute.
Yeah.
I love.
He's just a cute old man.
He's a really cute old man. I'd give him a high five. I would say a kiss, but somebody already beat me to that.
That kind of got me off guard. I was like, what?
You had to think about that for a second. Uh,
No, I mean
yeah.
when it happened in the movie.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. This film also has a pretty good performance from the main actor. Give me a second to get me to pronounce this.
Koji Yakusho?
Thank you. I was ready to pronounce it, but you probably know how to pronounce it better. So it was
I'm
honestly,
not sure with the line over the O what sound that makes, but
yeah, it makes sense. But honestly, rewatching this film, it was such a breath of fresh air because the last film I saw from the guy, like from this and its actor in it, it was Memoirs of a Geisha, and I don't blame Fuji at all because this is like the it was like the only big like film he did where he spoke in English. But like his performance was not good in that movie. Like it was a mess. It felt like he did not know what he was doing half the time, and it's such a breath of fresh air to like watch this where like literally as long as you like don't force him to do like just let him speak in like his natural language, he can like act really fucking well because his performance
he
in
didn't
this film,
speak a lot in the movie either.
that is true, he's a very silent character, but I really liked his performance overall. It's very subtle, but you can tell like Fuji was like really into the role of this into God, I just had a brain fart there. He was really into this project and he wanted to portray this character in the best way possible. He ended up winning Best Actor at Cannes Festival for his performance here, which,
Oh, nice.
yeah. I'm not sure what would be my pick for Best Actor of 2023 films. Maybe Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers, but I haven't seen every movie in 2023, so I don't know. Um,
It was like a very like facial heavy performance.
it is a very facial
I think he did a really
performance,
good
which
job.
sometimes works perfectly. Yeah, he does a really good job, and all the actors,
Some
all
people
the
can't do it, but
yeah, I love a lot of his facial expressions. And speaking of other things, I do love about this film, I love all the side characters we meet.
yeah. I liked his niece, Nico.
Yeah, his niece was really sweet. Uh, yeah, I love the slacker coworker he had, and how he constantly like rated everything that was going on in his life.
Yeah.
He kept going.
Takashi.
He kept rating every single thing that was going. Like I
And
don't.
he was like, there's a scene towards the beginning where he's sitting on the floor cleaning a toilet. Like his arm is behind him. He's cleaning the toilet, and he's like looking at his phone.
Which that has got to be really fucking hard to do.
Yeah, so that can't be comfortable, but like.
I imagine that's either a half-assed job, toilet, or he just got used to it.
Yeah.
Um,
And this is a really strong parallel to when you see Hirayama cleaning the toilets because he cares about his work. He's
yeah,
like taking care to make sure every single part is clean
he
and
puts
everything.
so much care. I love that small scene with like that tourist going like, "How does this work?" Like he
Oh, I
said,
love that.
that was kind of really funny. I don't know why I said
Yeah.
kind of there.
He just like goes in the bathroom, closes the door.
And she's like,
Still looking
"Oh."
Oh, arigatou gozaimasu.
Yeah, I love how she like says like the first line in English, but like then she was like, "Oh," and then she
For like
speaks.
foreigner in Japan, all you know is thank you and like excuse me.
Fair. I guess we can also mention one of the biggest aspects of the film, the soundtrack.
Yes, I didn't expect it to be so much like so many English songs, but I really liked it.
Yeah. I remember one of the most popular reviews on Letterboxd goes like, "The thing Karl Marx will never understand is going to work while listening to your favorite song in your car." Because
Yeah, and everybody is like so, cause like you know it's really old school. He probably has had these since they came out,
oh yeah, I imagine they're
and
like
everyone that
platinum
gets in
or
his
something.
car is so fascinated by the tapes. Yeah.
there's literally like two scenes where like the characters are like, so how does this work with like not necessarily like the cassette tape, but like how to put it in
Yeah,
because
when
they.
he's showing the niece how to like put the cassette tape in, that was really cute.
I love that scene because he
She's like,
also confuses
oh,
Spotify for a shop.
yeah, yeah. He's like, what are these? They might sell it in that shop. I don't know.
Was there a particular song that like you like recognize and you were like, dude?
The only one that I can remember right now is that Brown Eyed Girl was in it.
There's like one
That's
song
a good
that
song.
the one song that the coworkers like girlfriend he was kind of dating, like the one she was obsessed with.
Oh yeah.
Like that song was pretty nice.
I can't remember what it was.
I know it's like the name of like a beach in like California or something, or maybe not California. It's named after a beach somewhere. But I really did enjoy like the. It's a very unique like way this film could have taken its soundtrack because you wouldn't associate like kind of like this like classical rock with this
Redondo
movie.
Beach.
Yeah, there we go. Is that in California or am I being stupid?
No idea. Let me look. Yeah, it's a city in California.
Let's
Oh,
go!
Patty Smith. I guess like the obvious one that I forgot about until I looked up the soundtrack. House of the Rising Sun plays at the beginning. A cover of it is sang later by Mama.
Yeah.
And it's like a different version of it. So.
I do really like
I like that song.
yeah. Like you could definitely tell you could definitely tell like Wim Wenders, he was like having such a blast with like what song should I use next? And yeah, there's a lot of scenes where like it doesn't work without the music. I mean, the driving scenes wouldn't be much if it wasn't for the music. The music is what makes those scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, literally like 80% of the time we like see like Hira Yama driving. He's like listening to music. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to mention, Mac?
I did really like the whole like slow down pace with like the old technology and stuff. So I would like to do more of that, you know? Get back into reading, use some like old analog technology.
Yeah,
Like,
I would.
good
Yeah,
vibe, you know?
yeah, I would
His
love.
apartment is very simple.
Yeah, it's a very simple apartment. Dude, I feel like he's like so old though. Like he like doesn't even need to pay rent anymore. He's just like chilling.
iPhone.
He doesn't know iPhone. Socialism is with no iPhone.
I also don't know iPhone. I do not iPhone.
I have iPhone, but sometimes I feel like I should replace it.
Samsung.
I don't know. Maybe somewhere that doesn't exploit children in Congo. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah. Oh. I think my favorite part for me is that, like, throughout the movie when he's cleaning the toilets, there's a note. There's like a piece of paper.
Yeah, the tic-tac-toe game.
Yeah, there's a little tic-tac-toe game that he plays with like some stranger.
Yeah.
He never sees him in the movie, but like.
Yeah, I love that we never get revealed who it is, but that's not the point.
Yeah, he threw it away at first, and then he gets it out. And does it.
Yeah, I thought that was really cute. This movie overall has a lot of really like cute like small moments, like when Hiroma gets kind of distracted while he's it's kind of one of those things where it's like I feel like it's easier to pronounce it fastly, but I'm like trying to like get every like syllable. But those moments where he kind of like stops doing his work temporarily to like look at like something unique, like the reflections and the bathroom ceiling.
Yeah.
Dude, there was that one bathroom though.
He's
I
just
swear,
like taking in life, you know?
there was that one bathroom though. It was like hurting my fucking eyes looking at it, like low key.
Oh, which one?
I can't remember which one it was, but it was like designed in a way where it's like it looked really like dizzy. I don't know how to describe.
Like circular one?
Maybe I don't know. Like I feel like once I want like if you pull up a picture, I'll know what it is. But like I just remember one where it's just like God, it's like hurting my fucking eyes. What the only thing I have left to say, spoiler free wise, is I really like the sound design in this film.
Yeah.
It was mainly done by Matthias Lampard and Frank Cruz, and I thought they both did a really good job. I love how much like I love movies where the sound design. It's like you could tell how much they love nature. I mean, nature is literally a main aspect of the film, but like you can particularly feel it in the sound design. The way the leaves blow, and just just the way like the environments like interact with each other, like sound wise.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a really good job with that.
Yeah, I love movies that care about the sound design. It's always fun to go like, "Yo, that sound design is sick,"
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, this is kind of awesome.
because it's like it's kind of a filmmaking aspect. You like it can be easy to ignore if you're not paying attention. Like you don't see a lot of like casual movie watchers talk about the sound design that much.
I think if you really want, uh, like viewers at home, if you really want to like see what all goes into sound design, there's a documentary thing, um, that Ben Burt, I think is his name.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Ben Burt. He did the sounds for Wally.
Ooh,
There's a little video of that on YouTube.
interesting.
I'll send that to you, and you can put it in the description or something.
Okay.
And I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, sound design is such like. Go ahead.
He did the stuff for Star Wars too, but like,
Oh, he's probably won an Oscar then. I think like the first Star Wars movie won Best Sound.
He's the voice of Wally.
I think, yeah, like the first Star Wars film, like the very first one, it won Best like Sound, if I'm right, which makes sense.
So then, yeah, he probably did.
Yeah, maybe. If he was like the main guy who did the sound, probably. Anyways, Perfect Days. Sound design pretty lit. That's kind of pretty much I have it for like spoiler free wise. Sorry, but
Yeah,
anything else you like to say spoiler free wise back or no?
I think that's it for spoiler free.
All right, now it's time to spoil the other film. Hey everyone. I'm not gonna ask you guys to say hi back like last time because I know you're not gonna say it because you're not real. You're not real. Your skin is not real. Peel it off. Peel it off. Anyhow.
Do you like the way your skin is?
No, peel it off. Anyhow, we are going to be spoiling Perfect Days now, which is a fairly recent film. It's going to be 2 years old this year. So there's a good chance you might have not seen it yet. So if you don't want to be spoiled Perfect Days, skip to this timeline right now. Besides that, 3, 2, 1. It's time to spoil the Perfect Days. Yeah.
There's not really a lot to spoil here, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be kind of brief. Like I'd say like maybe like 15 minutes, maybe our usual 20. I feel like there's a decent bit to talk about, but not like I don't know.
I mean, he learned that, when his niece showed up at his house, we learned that, like, him and his sister don't get along, but we didn't really learn why at first.
Yeah.
And then later, whenever his sister comes to pick up his niece, because she ran away.
I think that's the best scene in the film, personally.
Yeah. She, the sister's like, I guess, like, kind of ashamed of him because he's a toilet cleaner, and that's why they don't get
Dude,
along.
his face whenever they drove off.
It was so upsetting.
Yeah, I love how much this film kind of like it's like a film that's all about exploring the beauties of like small things in your life and appreciating like every like small aspect, which my god, that's such a necessary aspect to talk about in today's world. Honestly, but like
Yeah.
but the film isn't afraid to be subtly sad as well. Like that guy who meets up with that one woman who owns like that I forget, it's like a restaurant I think, and like
Yeah, it's like a little restaurant.
yeah, and they're basically like ex husband and wife, and we learn later on like the guy's like dying of cancer, and
Yeah.
he's going on to like forgive his wife, not necessarily like he feels like he has a point to, but because he wants to, and I find that really interesting. And I love just like the way the film is very like subtle about it. Like it's not like a film that's gonna like punch you in the dick of how sad it is, like some other
Yeah.
movies do. But like it's able to be like okay, and it feels more realistic too. Because even if you have a very optimistic look at the world, you have to be realistic about it too. Where like yeah, I expect the worst, but there's also like times where like life can sometimes suck. Which Perfect Days finds that good balance where it's like, hey, life is great and sometimes kind of shit. You gotta live with it, pussy.
Yeah. And you also get like a view, like with the whole like sister thing, you get a view of how uh, Japanese society treats certain professions, or like how they look upon certain professions. Which I mean, it's
Yeah,
like the same in America too, really.
yeah. It's almost like
But
there's a
more
trend.
extreme. What?
I was just saying, it's almost like there's a trend.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I guess one thing I could mention is the dream sequences that are splattered across the film.
Oh yeah.
They are very interesting, albeit not. It's one of those things where you kind of have to like go into like the film's world because like realistically, people don't dream about what happened to them like during the day, like unless your like mind is like really working with you. But it's never that consistent like it is in this film. But I love how much the dream sequences are used and how they kind of correlate to like aspects that just happened within the film. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they're really cool.
I don't know. I just like I find like a lot of it to be very like interesting about how like the way like they correlate to yeah, I literally was just gonna say the same sentence again, but just worded differently. So I'm just gonna stop it there. I love how they're shot too. Like I like the contrast, the black and white with like how it's kind of grainy. It's very
Yeah,
like
it's like it kind of reminds me of his camera he takes pictures with.
yeah. I imagine that was done intentionally.
Yeah.
Um, I like the final shot, like the one shot at the end where it's kind of like I'm gonna say every syllable again, Mac. I'm sorry. Hirama's face, like as he's driving to work, and you kind of like see him like fighting so many emotions at once as the camera keeps zooming in.
Yeah.
I think that was the best. I think that was the best acting in the entire film. Just that, where it's like you can't tell if he's about to cry, or he's like full with glee, or confused, or all three at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's a mix. But I'm
I,
not sure, like, of what.
Hey, the best actors always get you gaslighting your thoughts, which that just proves they're a good actor.
Yeah.
Um, anything you like to mention spoiler wise, Mac? It's got to be something.
I guess this isn't really a spoiler, but at the beginning, he, hears this little boy crying in the bathroom for his mom, and
Yeah.
he takes him to his mom, and the mom's just like freaking out, like, oh, are you okay? And she doesn't even bat an eye at him for like saving her child. Probably why, because he's just a toilet cleaner.
Oh yeah.
It's like a dirty job or whatever. But I feel so sad. Like, if I watched that and I was on my period, I would have cried. I'm gonna be honest.
I would have just intentionally ruined every toilet if that happened to me. It's like, fuck yo shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the way you're describing the way like society looks at toilet cleaners, it's got me thinking a lot more about like small scenes in the film overall. Like they hinted at it a decent bit, but I guess I never thought about that despite watching the film twice. Um, but yeah, that is interesting. Um,
Yeah, if you watch it a third time now, you'll be like thinking
if I
about
watch it a third time,
yeah.
um, I I have something interesting. I was looking at fun facts for the film because I'm all about that, and I have this. Now, keep in mind, I don't know if this is true because it is just the TV Tropes website, so they could be lying to me. But apparently, during an interview with the Progressive, Wim Wenders gave some backstory to Hirama Yama. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah.
So, according to this backstory, he was a rich but deeply unhappy businessman who came close to ending his life after getting drunk one time. In the morning, he sees a play of light through leaves on the wall, spellbound by its simple beauty, and wants to be a person who can see and appreciate that beauty every day. He quits his job and becomes a gardener, and then eventually a toilet cleaner. Again, I don't know if that's like fully canon, but I'm going by what this says, so take it for what it is.
If he said it in an interview,
Yeah, it's probably true, but I don't want to say it's true because then there's going to be like that one fucking dickhead in the comic going like, actually.
he didn't write the screenplay or something. So.
I guess I could.
A really fascinating way to take it if that's like true. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I should mention some flaws I have with the film. I probably should have mentioned some of this during the spoiler-free discussion, but I feel like it's probably better to mention it overall. So I think
Yeah, for people who've already seen it, so they're not like seen that in the spoiler free before they watch it. And
yeah, I guess it's more like better to expand it about it in the spoiler discussion. So to the people who skip the spoiler discussion, they're just gonna have to probably be like, "Wait, what the fuck? You never mentioned those flaws." Your fault. So I think the biggest problem with this film, this was worse in my first watch, but I still kind of feel it in my second watch. I just feel like the film's point overall about like the repetitive nature, day to day life, all that aspect. I don't think it entirely clicks with me still. Like it's not as bad as it was for the first watch, but like I don't know. There's something about it. I find it, especially with the subplots overall, like they don't carry that much weight overall. Um, like a lot of them personally to me.
that's
Like,
fair.
um,
I don't think that they need to.
that is fair.
Necessarily.
I think it's more just
Slice of life type.
yeah, I get that. I think it's more just because it kind of feels like they get like thrown in and spat out with like no time, with like never mention again. Which, I mean, and
Yeah.
the
But
more
I
I'm
think
thinking,
it's meant to be like a days of his life, you know.
yeah, that is true. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because like I get the point, but I don't really care for the point because I don't know. For me, I don't find like excuse me like watching kind of like subplots just be kind of dropped and never mentioned again. I don't know. I kind of wanted to have like at least some sort of a conclusion, which I guess it kind of did for the film, but it was in a way where it felt like okay. I kind of wish I saw a bit more before it ended. Maybe that's just me. And I'm gonna be honest. This could be a hot take. I don't know. Even with the point of it being repetitive and showing all that aspects, I really don't think the film should have been 2 hours. Like, I feel like you could have told the point not in a 2 hour long film.
That's fair.
Um, like maybe at most like an hour 45 or something. But I don't know. I feel like 2 hours. That's kind of pushing it. And at the end, I don't know. I just kind of didn't really click with um like a lot of the subplots. Mainly just the niece stuff. Like the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm clicking with it. But like the kind of the subplot with the co-worker's like girlfriend borrowing that cassette tape, that kind of just gets like introduced and dropped like really quickly. Like it ends with her giving him a kiss, and that's just kind of it. Like we never see her again. She was really pretty though.
Like a normal real life scenario, that would be how it goes.
I don't know.
Like, okay, that happened this day, and I haven't seen her since, so like that's it, you know.
I guess I get that. I don't know. Maybe it's
You
just
talk to someone at the grocery store. That's not like a reoccurring thing.
maybe slice of life films like the structure. It's like really
I
picky
think
for me.
they're just not for you.
No, there's some slice of life films I do like. I do like some slice
Yeah.
of life films. I think it's.
But
I
most
think
of
I'm.
the time, whenever we mention it on the podcast, you're like, no, there wasn't really much of a plot. I don't get it.
I get the point. That's not what I'm saying. What the fuck is going on? No, I maybe I'm just like too picky with slice of life films. I don't know. I don't hate
That's
them.
fine.
You don't have to like every genre of film. I mean, I don't think there's like any genre of film I downright hate. It's more just like preference over the other. Maybe it's like maybe I'm just not fully understanding the point, even with the things I've said. I don't know. Like, yeah, maybe it's just not for me personally. Which, if it works for you, that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna hold anyone against that. I don't know. Just for me, I still don't feel like I'm fully clicking with the film's intent and its
Yeah,
points.
that's fine. That's fair.
And that's like just the main issue I have, and why it kind of holds back from being a film that's like special to me. It's more like a film like I do really like, but that's kind of where it ends. Um, just like the repetitive nature, I do respect it, but it can get a little tiring after a bit. Some subplots I just don't care for, and the runtime could have been a little shorter. And that's kind of in terms of issues, but they're kind of like things that kind of just like pile on for me. Overall, still a really good movie though. But like that's kind of where like why I don't see the vision as others do personally. So yeah. And so after that tangent, anything you like to mention, Mac? I'm using you as an excuse so I can drink my water.
No, I didn't really have any issues. I didn't really. I don't know. I think for me that the time didn't seem that long, but I also had to split it up over 2 days, so I'll have to watch it again at some point.
But that just kind of made it more appropriate for the film if you split it.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of the runtime. It was just because I had a busy week.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think here. There's this big.
We probably need to wrap it up looking at the time.
Yeah, I guess so. Like literally, the only thing I put in my spoilers note, besides the things we mentioned, is like the careful use of dialogue. But we already kind of mentioned that, so.
Yeah.
So you have nothing else you'd like to say?
No, that's probably about it.
All right, we have officially talked about everything for Perfect Days. Overall, a pretty good film. Really liked a lot of the technical aspects. The performances were great. It has some really interesting looks of like day-to-day life and repetitiveness, but that's kind of also where my main issues lie. Jesus Christ, excuse me. talking about Perfect Days gets me gassy. I don't know. Um, it can get it. It's just like the overall like point. I do see it, but I don't fully click with it. But besides that, I do think this is a good movie. Yeah. What about you, Mick?
I really liked it. I like the like general vibe. I guess I like that genre of film. I don't know, I didn't really see it as too repetitive because it was like new stuff happening every time. But yeah, I really liked it. I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Damn, a 9. I'm gonna give it a nice solid 7 out of 10. I don't feel like moving it any other way. Just a nice solid 7.
That's fair.
And now I'm a -1 again. Life is balanced.
We've balanced back out.
I gave a film a higher score than you, and you gave a film a higher score to me. It all works out in the end. All right. That's the 2 films discussed. You want to ask each other a question? That was a weird way to phrase it, but
Yeah,
I mean,
good question.
um,
I'm trying to think of one throughout the recording. Is there like a film that's like really resonated with you? Like a lot?
like it resonated with me, like on a personal level.
Yeah,
I
unless it's
man,
like too personal for the
nah,
podcast.
nah, that's fine. Um, I think it's. Is it weird that I immediately like the answer took like 2 seconds for me to think about?
No, that makes
um,
it whatever your pick is really
I said
influential.
I'd say the film Punch Drunk Love personally. Um, I think just the way it articulates like stress and anxiety really clicks with me because um, even though they don't say it, like I think everyone agrees who watches the film, like the main character Barry, he's basically autistic. Like there's no way to say about that. And the way the film articulates like stress and the things he goes through, I don't know. It really clicks with me on a way I don't think a lot of films have. Like, I don't think there'll be ever another film I'll ever watch again, unless I get really lucky that I'll ever like convey that same emotions that film did. And I don't think there'll ever be like a person I show this movie to that'll get the film like I do personally. That sounds really pretentious and dumb, but I don't know how else to describe it. I know this because I showed this film to friends of mine as a birthday during my birthday, and all of them did not like it as much as I did. So yeah, yeah. One of my friends just downright fucking hated it because of how much it stressed her out. So yeah. Anyhow, what about you, Mac? A film that
Give her
resonated?
autism.
I think she does have autism, if I'm right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind.
What about you, Mac?
Um, I'm thinking real hard. Even though I asked the question, I should have had an answer.
It happens a lot.
I don't know, I think that Perfect Days kind of resonated with me because, like, you get in the same routine every day. It's nice to have something interesting come up, break it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I guess I say because I'm looking at my letterbox and I don't have any logged that are.
That you can name right off the bat.
Yeah.
You're telling me Wally doesn't resonate with you? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm not a robot in love.
Are you sure?
I guess as a.
You're a
As
human
a
in love.
teenager. As a software developer, yeah, it does resonate with me.
Alright. Um, I kind of thought about my question. It was something I thought about a bit ago, and I forgot about it until like 2 minutes ago. So, is there a trend you see a lot in like modern movies, regardless of the genre, that you just absolutely cannot stand? Like it just really takes you off in a personal way.
Whenever this happens a lot, and it's just like brushed off. Like a character will have a partner, and then they'll just like kiss somebody else and be like, "Whoa, wait, now I'm in love with this person," but like they haven't broke up with their partner yet, and they don't address it as like cheat or anything. I don't know. It happens so
Hmm.
often. People just like cheat
Sure.
in movies, and it's just like nothing.
Do you have a particular example of a film that does that, or is that like spoilery?
I don't know. It happens a lot.
All right.
Like every movie ever.
Um, Fair, yeah. Trying to think of mine. I'm trying to think of one that I like absolutely cannot stand without just saying Marvel.
When they say Hermes right behind you,
I see. I've been able to get adjusted to that because I just think about the meme where it's like where it's back shots. I just think that's just really funny to me. He's right behind me, isn't he? Just absolutely getting
yeah,
piped.
you're getting back shots.
Excuse you? No, I'm actually deaf. Can you repeat it again? No, I'm kidding.
You when you're getting back shots.
What? No, I'm kidding. just, just like 10 hours of that.
10 hours of back shots? Wow.
Whoa! That would hurt.
Still,
That would fucking hurt.
yeah.
um, let's see. I'm trying to like think of like modern movies and like trends they do. Um, I guess like one thing I kind of wish films did better overall is kind of like so ever since like Birdman in 2014 like won Best Picture and all the awards and was like a movie that was like meant to look like a one take but like really wasn't, like it was cheated like in very ways. I kind of wish like more films kind of had a point to the whole one take gimmick because it kind of feels like nowadays like modern films they kind of do the whole like one take gimmick but don't really have a point to it because
Yeah,
because
it's just a gimmick sometimes.
yeah, and some film aspects they're going to be gimmicky no matter what. Like that's just kind of in its nature. But like, I don't know, with something like Old Boy, like that one take fight scene. Like, yeah, it's cool that was done in one take, but that wasn't the whole. That wasn't the point that it was in one take. It was also to show like the hallway and how claustrophobic it was, which also had a point. The claustrophobia was more of an integral set point to it than the one take aspect of that shot. The only one of the only modern films I've seen do this right is a film I watched recently called One Cut of the Dead. That film is really fucking awesome, and I would recommend it. It is a bit patient heavy, I will warn you, but the one take gimmick really works in that movie, and I can't say why because it's a movie that you literally have to go into blind. Like, don't even watch the trailers. Like, just go into it blind.
Wait, which movie?
One Cut of the Dead. That film has a huge that film was really good with the one take gimmick. Besides that, it's like I don't know. It feels like with one take gimmicks, it's like they just it's kind of more going like, whoa, we just did this entire scene in one take without being like, okay, what was the point of the one take? And it's not like it's necessarily like like long takes. Like I'm fine with like long takes not having a point because like there are directors that do that well, like Mikhail Haneke. He has a lot of shots that go on for fairly long, but the way they're staged is what makes them impressive. And what meanwhile a lot of like one take gimmicks these days, it kind of gets a lot less impressive when like it's very simple and the way they're treated is it gets a lot more obvious overall. So that'll be my answer. I don't hate this trend. I just wish it was implicated better.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
Yeah, cause like some of them, it's like you could have like had something cool in the plot that goes along with this, but no.
but you didn't. Um, just like I think it would be better if they more one take directors are doing one takes implicated like the Steven Spielberg rule, where it's like do like three types of shots and like one shot. I don't know. Uh,
Yeah.
alright,
Should we
you
move
want to
on
get
to
into
movie picks?
yeah? Let's say our next film picks. Do you have yours in mind?
The Bridget Terabithia.
Oh, we're finally getting to that after you mentioned that for like a while now. Yeah, folks, Mac has mentioned about putting Bridget Terabithia for like how long has it been? Like since like the fourth episode or something?
Months. Yeah.
4 months, 6 months.
9 months. It's here.
It's here. It's a Terabithia. I don't know. Okay,
It's a
that'll be interesting to talk about. It's no longer a girl.
Sure.
I didn't say that. I mean that because they transitioned. They're a guy now. That's what I mean. Yeah. So funny enough, my pick is actually is directed by the same guy we just talked about, Wim Wenders for Perfect Days. Because I was thinking about watching this film for a while now. A film called Paris, Texas. It's been a film that's been looking very interesting for a while, and I've heard really good things about it. I've heard it's like his best movie. It looks really
It's
beautiful.
like every celebrity's list whenever Letterboxd makes them pick their top 4.
We gotta become the celebrities.
Yeah, we gotta know if they're speaking truth.
We gotta know if they're not fucking lying. But yeah, it's been a film I've been meaning to watch for a while now, so fuck it. Why not? Alright. Man, this episode went a lot shorter compared to like how it was for like the past few episodes. Weird. Alright. Well, we have talked about everything, so let's get into wrapping up. Thank you. I don't, yeah, kind of the end of it. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, to be honest.
You're so lost.
I'm lost, like the game.
You're washed.
Dude, what the fuck?
Sorry.
You can't be washed if you never had a career to begin with. Sorry. Well, thank you everyone to watch this episode. This was like always really fun to talk about these movies, and looking forward to talk about the next picks. It'll be interesting to rewatch Bridge of Terabithia. This is the second time in a row I'm rewatching your pick for the podcast. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, I've watched Bridge of Terabithia long ago when I was a kid, but our DVD was scratched, so I never got to finish it.
Down.
Like, it's scratched, it's messed up, like, right after the tragedy.
And looking forward to the next picks, discussing about it. And thank you for everyone who watched it. And anything you'd like to say, Mac?
No, thank you for watching. I hope you guys watch the next one. Hope you guys watch the movies with us, like
together.
Yeah, watch party. Hope you guys watch the movies before the episodes come out, so you can like compare it with your own thoughts. You know?
Yeah, think for yourselves, liberals.
Yeah, think for yourselves a little bit. Why don't you? Liberal sheep.
We get like -6 views because of that.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get a big Republican fan base.
Don't you worry. We're gonna be like that one person that like scammed like a lot of people for money by pretending to be a Trump supporter for like college.
I saw that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. Anyhow, we'll see you guys.
Like,
oh, go ahead.
Black girl for Trump.
And she stole everyone's money. It's so based.
Yeah.
See you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye.